POV, it's almost housing selection season at Michigan, and you're trying to figure out which dorms you want. If you're looking at North Campus, you're probably staring at two names, Bursley and Bates. They're two different environments and fit different lifestyles, but offer the peaceful vibe of North Campus. I've lived in both, so here's an honest, in-depth comparison of the similarities and the biggest differences between the two dorms. Let's get into it. First, similarities. Similarity 1-ish, room types. Both have singles and doubles. In my experience, Bursley singles felt bigger and Bates doubles felt bigger. Also, Bursley has triples and quads, and Bates has another room type called suites, in which you share a common area and a bathroom with your suite mates, while still having separate bedrooms. Similarity 2. Most amenities. Both have communal closets with cleaning supplies like mops, vacuums, and trash bags. They also have computer labs, study lounges, and music rooms, some of which even have pianos. Both also have common spaces, and some lounges even have cable TV. Similarity 3. Bus stops. Both have direct bus stops for the Bursley-Bates bus route, which is the main line that goes to and from Central Campus. In my experience, Bates has a slight advantage because it's one of the first stops on that route, meaning you can snag a seat before the massive Bursley and Pierpont crowds hit. Now, let's dive into the differences. Difference 1. The closets and windows. Bursley has built-in closet space and wider windows, so if you prefer having more natural light and more closet space, Bursley may be the move. Bates doesn't have built-in closets, so you'll get standalone wardrobes. Difference 2. The furniture. Bates has the older building block furniture. The beds are taller, and the desks have a built-in bookcase on top. So if you have a monitor set up, you'll need to make sure your monitor actually fits the desk dimensions, especially height. Bursley has the newer LifeSpace 2 modular furniture. Since the desks don't have that built-in bookcase, you get way more vertical room to work with. Plus, the big gaps on the sides give you more flexibility for your horizontal setup. Bursley desks also usually come with 2 slide-out platforms, one for keyboard and mouse, and one as a writing surface, which are honestly a huge space saver. Difference 3. The bathrooms. Bursley has communal bathrooms on each floor, and housing staff typically clean them regularly. Bates has suite-style bathrooms, which means the bathroom is located right between your room and the room next door, forming a suite. You'll share the bathroom with your suite mates, which are the 1 to 4 people living in that connected room or rooms if you are in the actual suite. While the bathrooms are more private, you and your suite mates are responsible for cleaning them. Difference 4. Elevators. Bursley has elevators. Bates doesn't, so definitely keep that in mind for move-in day. Difference 5. Trash. In Bursley, there are trash closets on each floor where you can throw away your trash and recyclables. In Bates, you'll have to take your trash and recyclables to the dumpsters outside. Difference 6. Laundry. In Bates, there is typically 1 laundry room per building, and each laundry room usually has about 4 to 8 washers and dryers. Even though there are fewer people per building, it can still get competitive to grab a machine, and it gets inconvenient if 1 or 2 machines are down. You can usually use machines in other buildings. At least when I lived in Bates that was the case, but that can be a trek. In Bursley, there are laundry rooms, 1 in each of the 4 wings, with a lot more machines, so you usually have more available machines at any given time. If one area is full, you can bounce to another laundry room more easily. Difference 7. Proximity to the gym. Both dorms are near the NCRB, but it depends where you're placed. If you're in one of the farther Bates buildings, the walk is longer, which can be a con especially in winter. The NCRB is right across the street from the east side of Bursley. Difference 8. Indoor versus outdoor. Bursley is one big interconnected building, so you can access amenities like the dining hall, study spaces, common areas, the front desk, and the mailroom without having to go outside. Bates is separated into smaller buildings and is more spread out, so you'll be walking outside between buildings more often, especially if you're going to the computer lab, theater, mailroom, or front desk. Difference 9. Unique amenities offered. Bursley also has the dining hall attached. Bates residents usually walk over to Bursley for the dining hall, but Bates has fully equipped communal kitchens in many buildings, so if you like cooking, Bates can actually be a plus. For amenities, both spots have their own perks. Bates actually has its own theater and a fitness space. When I lived there, the fitness space even had an arcade basketball game, which was a nice touch. But Bursley is where you'll find the Blue Market, which is the campus convenience store and a total lifesaver for late-night snacks. Plus, Bursley's common areas have games like ping pong, pool, and fuse ball. Difference 10. The environment. Bates is small, so it is generally quieter with fewer people and more privacy, while Bursley is bigger with more residents and more communal areas, so Bursley tends to feel more social. In my opinion, Bursley is the move if you want a more dorm-like experience with more amenities and a more social environment. Bates is the move if you prefer a quieter, more private, more apartment-style experience. Drop your questions in the comments and follow for more Michigan insider tips. Good luck with housing selection and go blue.